welcome back to my channel. So last time we did a whole nother Barbie look and I was really excited about doing that, and I had so much fun going to see the Barbie movie. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend going to see it. I think it's really good for adults, not children, but adults. It's a very adult movie. So today I just felt like it's one of those days where I wasn't feeling it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put some makeup on just to make myself feel good today. And sometimes that's what makeup's all about. It just makes you want to do so many different, it makes you feel so many different things. It's such an art form, such a freedom of expression, and it just, I don't even know how to describe it to you. Even taking off your makeup, it's like a therapeutic process. It just relaxes your soul just a little bit. So for me, I am going to do something vibrant today, something that says, hey, it's all good. We will be using the Juvia's Place Candy Shop palette. Look at all those gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I've only used this palette a handful of times, and I really want to play with it a little bit more today. So I found that a lot of people like set their eyes with like setting powder, and I was like, I don't have that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get the Morphe. This is the translucent one, setting powder to set my eyes before I even, you know, go into doing my eyeshadow. I guess it makes it a little bit more compacted. I'm not sure how it works exactly. I just know that I'm really excited to try something new. So I'm gonna try doing it one way, and then we'll try doing it another way some other time, and we'll see how this all pans out. I'm actually a little nervous to try something new. Okay, so we're just gonna take that to the lid. Like usual, you guys know the drill. We get into it. I mean, finding a concealer is like the easy part, but getting it to still look like your eye color is really hard. But you don't want it looking exactly the same, because I feel like it like angles, makes your eyebrow look more angled when it's a little bit more lighter. It brightens up that underbrow. So we're bringing that right up in there. All right, now that we got that on there, we're gonna take some of this. I'm gonna pour it into the lid. I think that might do good, because I've seen people do this, and I hope I'm doing it right, because like I said, I've never done this before, so it's a learning experience for all of us. I'm just gonna take a little bit. I don't know how much I'm supposed to actually go in with. It's really light, so I'm just gonna pack that in the eye area. And I mean, if you feel like I'm doing something wrong, don't be afraid to leave a comment and just tell me, hey, try doing it this way. And I'm okay with learning new things from everybody. I'm perfectly fine with that. So now that oh wow, that does feel different. Now that we've done that, we're gonna go into our awesome, awesome Candy Shop palette. I think we're gonna start off with like this, I don't know, maybe this darker pink as like a base, and then we'll blend it up with this lighter pink and then see where we go from there. Y'all know I'm always gonna be rocking the pink, but you know, we might add the blue and everything. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I'm actually pretty excited to play with this palette again. So I'm gonna take one of my more, I don't know if there's something on this already. Doesn't look like it. Looks like sparkle. I don't know. Might be a little bit of something. Just putting it out on my arm. Yeah, there was a little bit of something on there. Obviously, I don't use this one a lot. We're gonna go in with that pink first. Okay, and then I'm gonna take it right into that crease area. Look how pigmented. This is why I love Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place has very good pigmentation for people with a little bit more melanin in their skin. So imagine if it looks like this on my skin, imagine how it looks on you if you're more fair skinned. It's gonna pop. Like, this is a standout, let me show it out type of type of brand, and they needed to make sure that the pigmentation was just right for people with melanin, especially people with darker tones where the pinks and stuff don't really turn out looking quite pink, and it's so hard to find stuff like that for people of color. But this is like, these are some of the best palettes I've ever seen. Like, I even have this other one that I got for Christmas that was more pastel, and it stands out so beautifully on melanin skin. So we're just gonna take that up into the brow a little bit. And that's why it doesn't matter if you have a little bit of extra on your brush, because then you can just bring it up to your brow a bit, and it helps for when you're like blending out into that transition color. It's kind of hard to work in the color unless like you already know what to do with a smaller eyelid. And this is why I like watching all kinds of people's makeup videos, because like Elisa Ashley, she has really tiny lids. Like, she's got a double lid that's like really small, and she shows how to do like eyeliner and everything on smaller eyelids. So I do recommend watching some of her videos, and I think that it's good to have so many different makeup artists with so many different views on how to do your makeup, because like I say all the time, no two people do their makeup the same. There's just no way. It's not going to be exact. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take like this smaller brush. This is the Jessup MUL13. I ordered this on Amazon. I'm not gonna lie, I got a lot of brushes on Amazon. Some of these are Morphe brushes, some of these are Jessup. So I got Fenty, I've got Tarte. I just got a little bit of a lot of things. We're gonna take this pink color here. Okay, now that we're done with that, we're gonna go into cutting our crease. And I like to take this little beauty to do that. Obviously, it's got like so much primer and stuff on it, and that's okay. So we're gonna take it. And this is the Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime eye primer. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, because it really, really brings out colors. I got it in this white for a reason. And I mean, each person does their cut crease differently. Like, I like to use this one because it allows me to get a more defined look. And I just take that up. And then you want to open your eyelid, because when you open your eyelid, you see right where that's coming up at. That's where you want to follow. So now that we're taking that in there, we're just gonna sculpt it out all the way down now. This is some of my favorite part. All right, now we've got our cut crease done. Look at that, flawless. Ah, love it. So I'm gonna take a more packing brush that we can use for like this guy, for putting in like the shimmers. I'm really down for some shimmers now, and I just don't know what I'm gonna do yet. That makes it so hard. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with this pink down here. Yeah, we're gonna take that guy. Bam, she's pretty. We're just gonna take her, and I'm gonna go packing her in. Ooh, look at how well she goes on. She goes on so pretty. And go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. This one had a lot of shimmery pinks, and I see why they call it the candy shop now, because it does like, I wish it smelled like candy. That would like make it a little bit more awesome. And we're gonna take this pink up here. It's like a metallic up here. I like that. And we're gonna just pop that in right over here. How's that looking? I don't know, I'm kind of like blinding myself the more I dab on there. I don't know. Is this gonna go on? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Ooh, she goes on even prettier. And like I'm more into more bright, vibrant looks anyway, so this kind of just suits me a little bit more. And then we're gonna take a little bit more to this side. Just wanna make sure that's on really, really good. Okay, and now we're gonna go back in with like that pink, that more deeper pink color, so we can get it back. We don't wanna lose that. Look at that. Get that pigmentation back. All right, again, we're gonna take this darker shade of pink with a smaller brush and take that into my inner corner. So we're gonna go take this and go into that corner like that. I just hope this pops out as much as I'm assuming it's supposed to. I don't know. There we go. I mean, I don't see it popping out the same. That sucks. I mean, this is such an ostentatious pink. You would think it will stand out more in this inner corner. I guess it's actually going on a lot lighter than it looks. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting that color in. So I actually had to take my my phone to finish recording this because some reason what I was using before was not working, which means we're gonna have some problems, Apple, because this should not have happened. It's very much affecting how I'm recording and it's irritating me. Now that we have our eyes done, we're gonna slide my chair over. There we go. Now we have our eyes done, we're gonna go ahead and go in with a little bit of concealer for, oof. We're gonna go in with a little bit of concealer to clean this up, just to angle it and everything. And when we find that right angle, I'm gonna go ahead off camera and do my eyeliner. All right, so that's done. Now we're gonna take my Fenty primer. I hope I can still get this last little bit out of here. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure we use all of it before we use the newer one that we ended up buying. So we're gonna, I know I'm kind of doing things a little out of whack. Usually I prime my face before I do my, well, everything. Okay, and again, I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to do my eyeliner. Okay, now that we have our eyeliner done and everything, we're gonna go into doing foundation, which you guys know that I love my 24-hour Born This Way matte foundation. I'm just gonna spray some out after shaking. So that's from the, I think that's the darker one. Gotta mix my colors. Yes, this is just how I do it. I like to mix them because I am a strange shade of warm, neutral, cool that they haven't figured out to do yet. And it's made things a little bit more complicated for me. All right, so I've seen some people take the loose setting powder. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. Since this one's translucent, we're just gonna go to town with it. Seen some people do this first, so we're gonna try out other people's techniques, okay? So we have the loose setting powder, and then you take your setting spray. So that's what we're gonna do with that, and then they start applying their foundation. We're trying what other people are doing. This is what we're doing today for the foundation. Look at that go on so nicely. I mean, a lot of people need to remember that with beauty blenders, you don't want to smudge it on there like this. You want to dab it in and like pack that in really good. It gets a better coverage for you. And it depends on what type of coverage you're going for too, like going for full coverage, or you're going for medium coverage, or even just more natural looking foundation look. You want to be able to, like, let me sit a little bit closer for you guys. I mean, this is a little hard to do from my phone. I went from doing it on something that was like more propped up, and now my phone is like way down here. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to make this work for today. So we're gonna go ahead and, oh, my hair. Did I got all my wig hairs in there? Now we're gonna go in with our, I don't know where I'm reaching for. This is our Born This Way concealer. This is the multi-use sculpting conceal, and I love to use this because, I mean, it just goes on so good. And I do not use a crap ton of concealer, just a little bit. Some concealing. I mean, a lot of people do things differently. I'm gonna go ahead and pat this one in already for a first layer. I like to conceal a lot, only because I feel like concealer really helps to cover up like the bags under the eyes. Like, and I have, like, you remember before, like when I first started, I had really dark spots under my eyes, and it's because, you know, that insomnia be at its finest. Okay, and then we're gonna dry that out a little bit. I'm making a weird face right now because I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't dry with like creasing. We don't want it to crease under here. This is that important area. And this is where I'm gonna actually conceal one more time. And then go on ahead and pull out my contour, which is the Gwen Stefani Contour Bronzer Smokin'. So I feel like this one works really well for me. So we're gonna take our Tarte contour brush, go in with the creamy contour. I like the creamy contour. I feel like it works really well when you're doing looks like this. And this one is like this smells so good. Gwen Stefani put a good fragrance on this. I don't know what she did, but it smells good. Do now, so I'm gonna take setting powder. Now I actually bought 2 setting powders. We're just trying this one because this one says you can bake and set with it. This is the Morphe Bake and Set, and I'm gonna put on enough to bake first, and then I know a lot of people actually do this portion when they're this is a translucent powder, so this should, if it works how I'm expecting it to work, it should come off fairly easily when I get around to taking it off, and not look like I'm turning into a different skin color because that would be awful. I'm gonna take that contour. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're learning something today. And I'm just basing this off of things that I've already seen. So don't quote me as this is proper the way to do it, because like I said, I don't usually bake, or I don't use setting powder. I don't do any of that. This is the first time for me. So this is just so that we can bake our under eye and make it, oh, whoa. Like, look at that. Look what that's doing. Like, I'm not getting any creases down there. That's like freaking amazing. I love that. Okay, so we're gonna take this brush, or maybe this one. This one I got specifically for this process. So this one you can just go like that. Look at that. Oh. So that translucent powder is, it's pretty translucent. I'm gonna go Morphe for that one. And I know a lot of people don't use Morphe, but Morphe's like my brand. Most of my palettes are actually from Morphe. So now we're gonna go ahead and blend in my nose. Obviously, that's like a part that I have not done yet. Look, there we go. This part I feel like I have to do with my fingers, because I feel like if I like use a brush or something, it's gonna like screw it up. But like everybody knows that I don't really use my fingers for much of anything. Ooh, my nose looks good. Now I can say that translucent powder is a little bit light, but that bake allowed for me to like really go in there. So I'm gonna take this one. This is the Photo Focus Banana from Wet n Wild. I got this one because it was like ridiculously cheap. This is supposed to be like a more cream color, so I just hope that after I'm gonna set my face with this. I know Jackie Ina said don't do too much, so we're gonna see. Probably should have got the one that was a little bit darker still. So yeah, and then we are gonna take our blush, get our blush brush, go in with the blush. Ooh, I forget how pink this ColourPop is. It's very, very pigmented. Yeah, there we go. And then got so much on here. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing with this. We're gonna hope that it comes out looking good, and then it feels like it's set. Like I can feel the difference with using this versus using just the setting spray. Like it feels completely different. Okay, I am getting this stuff all over the place. Okay, now we're gonna do our bronzer. Okay, I don't have a bronzing brush, so I just use this guy here. Just warm up the face a little bit. So we got all that stuff on there now. Let's go into it and brighten, give it some warmth. Okay, now that we've baked and set, I love how this look is looking now. Like, cause like, look at that. Look at that. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. We're gonna go in with our highlight. If I can figure out how to open it. So everybody knows that I've been obsessed with this Barbie highlight because it's just so pretty. It goes on so nicely. And then we're just gonna take it into our cheek like that. Look at that. It stands out so much more now. Oh, that's gorgeous. I can't. I'm in love with this highlight. Like I need to go find just this highlight for NYX, just individually, because I know eventually if I keep using it the way I plan to use it, it's gonna be gone. It's like I just want to put on so much of it. But look at that glow. Look at that. That's just so gorgeous. Like I'm looking at it here, like where my mirror actually is now. This highlight should not look that gorgeous, but it does. That nose highlight, go into my forehead, give it some shine. Care what anybody says. And my upper lip. I like to highlight my upper lip because when you do like a lipstick or a gloss, it like just makes that stand out and it follows the shine of your face really well. Do our lips and then we're gonna do our, no, I think that's it. We're gonna do our lips. So I'm gonna take my Too Faced lip injection. I mean, it says lip injection, but it's not a lip injection, obviously. But it just makes, I like these because they get rid of the lines pretty well in your lips. So I'm gonna take it like that. Like, I don't overline, just follow my natural lip. Like, you can feel this working because it kind of plumps your lips a little bit. I personally don't think I need the plumping, but I like how it gets rid of the lines. Ooh, I love this lip. Now that we're done with all that, I'm gonna set my face and then I'm gonna be back with a completed look. All right, lovelies, this is the finished look. I love, love, love the lashes that I have on. They're Luxe by Envy, the Isabel ones. They're really pretty, really long. You know, as ladies, we gotta pay for our lashes nowadays. And I set my face. I did all the hard work and it paid off. I think I'm gonna keep using the setting, Jesus, now I can't think of the word, the setting powder, because I feel like it really did help with preventing the creasing from happening. Because like usually by the time I get to this portion of my face, I'm like so creased out under my eyes and I have to do a lot of work to keep up with maintaining that. But with the setting powder, I don't have to. So that's something that I will keep adding to my routine. And I will see you lovelies next time.